Hello, sewing colleagues. I am Mercy Acho from Merolek Royal Garments House, Abuja, Nigeria. In case you are new here, and welcome to my channel. Also, welcome to today's tutorial. So, today's tutorial will be on how to draft a moderately fitted long skirt with a slit at the back. If you want to see the tricks and techniques involved in achieving that, please sit back patiently and watch this video to the end. Before we go further, as usual, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do consider subscribing. If you subscribe, click on that notification bell. That way you will always get notifications that a new video has been uploaded by me. And to those who have already subscribed, thank you so very much for the show of love. Without wasting any much of our time, let's just go into the tutorial at once. Before you begin to draft out any fitted outfit, make sure to take into consideration the slopey part or areas of the measurement you're working with at the moment, and also the high or the full areas of the measurement you're working with at the moment. It is very important you take note of those little details, because that is what is going to make your outfit to stand out and admirable. As we proceed, you will get to understand what I'm talking about, the slopey areas and the high areas. So let's proceed. You know, when constructing your outfit, it is expected that you fold your brown paper into two like so, all right? But I won't be doing that because I want to see how I can manage this brown paper to be able to cut both front piece and the back piece of this skirt using just this one brown paper. I hope that is clear. So the measurements we will be needing for this skirt is waist round, hip length, hip round, under hip length, knee length, and of course the full length of the skirt. So you will get to understand all the lengths and the rounds. All right. All right, so let's just continue. Just follow me and get what I'm doing here. So I will be marking the hip length. The hip length is simply just from the waist to the full part of your hip, all right? From your waist to the full part of your hip, that is your hip length. And then the under hip length is simply from your waist to the end, the slopey area of your hip, from your waist to the end of your hip, that is your hip length measurement. So the hip length measurement I'm working with here is 10, but I'm going to be marking 10.5. The reason is I will be using ½ inch to pipe the waist. By the time I use ½ inch, I will be left with exactly 10 inches. So if I use exactly 10 inches, by the time I use ½ inch to pipe the waist, of course, you know I will be having 9.5, all right? Good. So the ½ inch here is for our waist, is for our sewing allowance, waist sewing allowance. I will also do the same thing with the under hip length, which is from your waist to the end of your hip. The measurement there is 14, but I'll be marking 14.5. And then we proceed to our knee length. So the knee length we have is 25. Just pay close attention. It's 25. But I won't be marking 25 because I want the the shape of the skirt to start from 21. So I want the skirt to give us a very beautiful shape at the end of the day. And then we will proceed to the full length of the skirt. The full length of the skirt we are working with is 43, but we have 44 here, so it's very okay. 1 inch there will be for our hemming allowance. Is that clear? All right, I'm going to bring this measurement this way so I can have a straight line. So I'm going to connect these dots together. This is our hip length, our under hip length, our knee length, and our full length. So the next thing to do is to insert our horizontal measurement. This first measurement we did here is our vertical measurement. Vertical measurement is the hip length, under hip length, knee length, and the full length of the skirt. So the horizontal measurement is our round measurement, which is our hip round, our waist round, knee round, and all of that. All right, so the hip measurement we are working with is 40. 40 divided by 4 is 10. So we are going to insert our 10 here like so. We are going to insert our 10 here like so, and then we will add our 2 inches for sewing allowance. All right, the 2 inches for sewing allowance here is not really fixed. You can make it smaller or moderately smaller than 2, like 1 inch, 1.5 inches. If you care, you can take 2 inches like I am doing here. All right, it's still okay. And then the next measurement will be our waist round measurement. So the waist round measurement we are working with is 32. 32 divided by 4 is 8, right? So this is our 8 here. And remember, this skirt is going to have that on it. So we are going to add our 1 inch for that, then 2 inches for sewing allowance. All right, good. And so this is our waist round measurement, our hip round measurement, and this is our under hip length. We are going to skip this under hip length to attend to our knee round measurement. Later on, we will return back here. All right, so let us pause here and come over to our knee round measurement. So in my case, I don't take knee round measurement when measuring my clients or customers, whatever you call them. I don't take their knee round measurement. What I simply do is I deduct 4, or I take away 4 from their hip round measurement. So in this case, the hip round measurement we are working with is 40, right? 40 minus 4, we have 36, right? So 36 there will be the knee round measurement we are working with. So in your own case, your hip round measurement might not be 40, might be bigger than 40, might be smaller than 40. Whatever you have as your hip round measurement, make sure to minus 4. Remember, this skirt is going to be moderately fitted, right? If you want it more pencil, then you will reduce more than 4. But if you want it moderately fitted or pencil, make sure to take away 4. So we are going to use 36 in this case as our knee round measurement. All right, so 36 divided by 4, of course we have 9, right? So we are going to bring that 9 here like so. This is our knee round measurement. Okay, we are going to bring that 9 here, and then we will add our 2 inches for sewing allowance. Now this measurement is going to go all the way to the length, yes, the full length of the skirt. There won't be any other measurement. This measurement, we are going to insert it from here to the end of the skirt. So that's what I'm going to be doing here, like so. So I'm just simply marking it here. Nine, and then our 2 inches for sewing allowance. Now back to our hip length measurement. Before we insert the under hip round measurement, let me explain what it does for us. The under hip measurement here is a guide directing us to appropriately curve our hip, taking note of the slopey area immediately after the full part of our hip. I don't know if that makes sense or I got you even more confused. So pay attention as we proceed. You will get to see the practical aspect of the grammar I just spoke here. All right? So I said under hip length measurement is a guide directing us to appropriately curve our hip, taking note of the slopey area immediately after the full part of our hip. All right, you know that slopey area at the end of your hip, immediately you pass the full area of your hip, you're encountering a slopey area. So this measurement here guide you to correctly curve your hip behind, all right, giving you that beautiful look at the end of the day. So let's continue. So this is our under hip length measurement. All right, I'm going to drop by 1 inch like so. From here to here is 1 inch. Then this our knee round measurement here, I'm going to insert it here like so. So this is our 9 here. Remember we had 36 divided by 4, we have 9, so plus 2 inches. All right, good. So we are going to connect this dot. Before we connect the dots, this is our waist round measurement. When you are connecting this dot, remember not to keep your curve ruler like so to begin to curve immediately, because your hip does not start around your waist. This thing is showing you that this is your hip, right? This is your hip. Remember, your hip does not start immediately from your waist. If you check correctly, there is a slope somewhere here. There is a flatness somewhere here before our hip begins to form. That was why before we began this tutorial, I told you that you should take note of the slopey areas of your measurement and the high or full areas of your measurement. So remember that our hip does not start immediately from our waist, right? So from our measurement, we are going to drop by, before we begin to curve our hip, we are going to drop by, say, 2 to 3 inches. I'm taking 3 inches here, 2 to 3 inches before we begin to curve our hip round measurement. So I'm making a straight line here, right? So you see, from here to here, I mark 3. Now it depends on the shape of the person, right? If the person is really flat, if the person is slim, does not have big tummy, this place is going to be longer than someone that is on the fat side, right? That is plump. So take note of this, what I'm telling you here. So from here is 3 inches. From here to here is 3 inches. Then from there, I'm going to place my curve ruler like so, all right? Like so. So this is our, can you see? there is something that looks like a slope here, like curve here. All right, so the same thing is applicable to our sewing allowance, 3 inches. Then I'm going to keep my ruler like so. Let me draw my straight line first. I draw a straight line, and then I will have my curve like so. Did you see that? So there's something that looks like here is curve. All right, so there is flatness before the hip gradually begins to form. I hope you are paying close attention. There is a flatness around your waist before your hip begins to form. So take note of that. And then now to our under hip length measurement. Under hip length measurement, we are going to bring our ruler like so. If you don't have a curved ruler, you can bring your normal ruler like so. You keep it this way and draw, right? If you don't have a curved ruler, let me not use my curved ruler, so that for those who don't have this instrument, you can use this like so. This way, you point it this way, right? Can you see? It's giving you that beautiful curve. This is the help of that this under hip length is giving you. Is guiding you to know where your slopey area at the back of your hip is, right? And then same thing to our sewing allowance, like so. Can you see that? And then the slopey area goes all the way to the full length of your skirt. All right, this way. So we're taking it straight this way. Like so, to the end of the skirt. So you can see how beautiful your skirt is by the side, right? It's giving you that shape that you really need in this particular skirt we are constructing right now. So if you want to have this beautiful look, don't ignore this under hip length. It's very important when constructing either a fitted straight gown or a fitted skirt, just like what we are doing here. So this measurement is actually taken at the back of your skirt, not in front. All right, at the back of your skirt. That is when you will get to know the end of your hip. So when you're measuring your client, make sure to measure their back measurement from the waist to the end of their hip. All right, then you may ask, then if it's a back measurement, why is it appearing in front? Yes, your side measurement, you need it. This is your side measurement. You have hip at your side and there is a slope at the hip, but for you to know exactly where your hip ends, you have to take this measurement at the back side of your hip. I hope that is clear. All right, so let's move ahead. The next thing we are going to do right now is to insert our dart measurement. Your dart measurement is simply your bust span measurement. Bust span measurement is also known as nipple to nipple measurement, which is from one distance of your nipple to another distance of your nipple. So the bust span measurement I'm working with right now is 7. 7 divided by 2, of course, we know is 3.5, right? But I'm not going to mark exactly 3.5. I need half inch for sewing allowance. So instead of marking 3.5, I'm going to mark 4. All right. So if your bust span measurement is 8 divided by 2 is 4. Make sure not to mark exactly 4. Mark 4.5, and it goes on that way. All right. So before we will continue to insert our dart measurement, there's something I want us to do here before is keep my mind. We will come back to the dart. Now remember, our front waist is not straight the way this brown paper is here. It's sort of slanted, right? So for us to get that shape, we are going to drop by 1.5. You can drop it by 1 inch, but I really want to take out fabric there, so I'm dropping by 1.5. all right, I'm dropping by 1.5. and if you don't eliminate this by taking out this 1.5, when you complete sewing your skirt, when you want to make use of it, it will have a lot of fabric puffing in front here, which is not supposed to be so. So the reason for this 1.5 is to eliminate excess fabric in front of your skirt. Is that okay? All right, so let's continue. So we are going to use this curve ruler to get our stuff like so. If you don't have this instrument I'm using here, use your free hand, it will still be okay. Just use your hand and draw it up, draw it out like so. So just watch where I stopped, right? So this will be going out, but it will be here for a moment because I will be using this for the back side to construct the back side of the skirt. All right, so let's continue with the darts. So remember, here I marked 4 inches, and then the length of our dart is going to start here because this is going out actually. So the length of this dart is 5 inches, and then I'm marking my 4 inches. Remember, here ½ inch and ½ inch. So we are going to drop the leg of our dart like so, like so. I'm going to use my marker to highlight all this measurement for you to see. So I have highlighted the whole measurement for you to see how it looks like. So can you see how beautifully this side of the skirt is looking like, giving you that beautiful shape? All right, so take note of your under hip length when you're taking your measurement. It actually helps you to accurately curve your hip and know where your slopey area begins and also ends. You will also get to see similar thing this way when we are constructing the back side of the skirt. All right, so this is our hip. Let me label it. This is our hip length. This is our under hip length. That's the end of your hip. All right, where the slopey area starts from till the end of your skirt. And then our knee length, and of course the full length of the skirt. So I'm going to cut it out, and then we will use the front pattern to also draft out the back side of the skirt. Is that clear? So I'm going to cut through this side, then I'll let you see how it looks like. So guys, this is what it looks like. Now let's draft the back side of this skirt. To do that, we are going to bring the front pattern we drafted earlier and then place it like so on top of this brown paper here, like so. After placing the front piece, the front pattern like so, the next thing will be to print the measurement we have here on this front pattern at the back side, like so. So we are going to create our back hip right now. Remember, our back side has slopey areas and hilly or high area like our hip. All right. Having said that, we are going to create room for our back hip. So you have to pay close attention to get the tricks involved in doing that. So to do that, we will begin by, so from this hip length here, I'm going to mark 0.5 inch. That is half an inch. We are actually trying to create room for our back hip. Now, I will go to the upper part of the skirt, which is the waist side of this skirt. Remember, at the back side of our skirt, before our hip, there is a slope from your waist before our hip, all right? So that slope, in some cases, it is as long as 3 inches. It depends on the shape of the person you are making a dress for at that time, all right? To some is as long as 3 inches, to some is up to 4 inches. So in my case here is up to 4 inches. So while taking the measurements of your client, make sure to take note of their slopey areas, of the slopey areas of their body, both sides and the back side of the body. I hope that is clear. Let's continue. So I'm marking 4 inches. That is how long the slope at the back of this skirt is. So from here, we will begin to create our hip, all right, like so. So you can use your ruler to place it like so, all right. You can use your ruler like so. And then here is a straight line like so. Almost like what we have at the side of the skirt, right? So what we have next, we are going to connect from this hip to meet our slopey area, which is the end of your hip. You remember this line, right? While we were drafting the front piece or the front side of this skirt, right? So this is that slopey area at the back side of the skirt, the end of your hip, right? Good. So let's continue. So this is how to get your hip at the back side of your skirt. So this is what you have at the back side. I hope you've gotten this trick on how to create room for your back hip on your skirt, right? Now we are going to create our zipper allowance. So from this line, pay close attention, not on the middle of the skirt here, not here in the middle of the skirt, but from this half an inch here, I mark from here to here. This is our half an inch. I'm going to mark 2 inches for our zipper allowance. All right, this area here is a full area of our skirt, and this side is a slopey area of our skirt, the waist side and the under hip here, which is the end of your hip, are the slopey areas of the back side of your body. So here I just marked 2 inches. From this line to this line is 2 inches. Yes, that is how much allowance I want for the zipper allowance. Then from here, I'm going to mark 1.5 inches. All right. So this 1.5 inches is going to go all the way from here to the end of the skirt. From the waist side, I'm also going to mark 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches. Remember, we marked 4 inches from here to here, from here to here, right? So from these 4 inches, I'm going to place my ruler like so, this way. I'm just using ruler for those who might not have this instrument to work with, right? I would have just used it like so, and it will be easier for me. So I want you to understand that without this, you can also work with your ruler, all right? Good. So I will place my ruler like so. And then from here, I will continue my straight line to the end of the skirt, following the 1.5 inches I marked to the end of the skirt, right? So remember to blend this pointy area here, like so, so it gives you that round effect, all right? If you watch closely, it looks like there is a curve here, right? It looks like there is a curve here. So that is how our bodies, the shape of our bodies are built. We are not just straight from head to toe. There are some curvy areas and there are some hilly areas, just like you can see here, all right? So this is what we have here. You can see your back hip. This is where your hip will sit appropriately. So when drafting your back skirt, bear it in mind that you have to have something like this so that your hip can sit appropriately, all right? I want you to take note. This is what this under hip length does for you, both at the back and the sides of your skirt, all right? It helps you shape your skirt appropriately, knowing where your slopey area starts from. But if you don't have this line, you might not know where to begin to make a slope on your skirt, both back and the sides of your skirt. I hope that is clear. All right, there's one thing that almost skipped my mind. Let me say it before I forget. Remember, I marked half an inch here on this hip length, right? From here to here. So we'll begin to create our space for our hip, all right? Our back hip. Now this 0.5 inch I marked here is not applicable to all body sizes, all right? If your hip is from 40 to say 44, 45, you can mark this 0.5. But if it's above 45 to 50, 45, 46, 47, you can mark 0.7. But from 50 and above, you know, you have to increase it. So it goes on that way, all right? Don't go and use hip 50 and mark 0.5. It won't work. You can mark 0.7 or 1 inch, all right? This is just to create room for the back hip to sit appropriately. So for the length of your slit, remember our original knee length for this skirt is 25. So when you're creating your slit for your skirt, it depends anyways on how long you want it to be. But in this case, I'm working with 25 for the slit at the back. Remember, this skirt will have a slit at the back, all right? So 25 is the slit we will be having for this skirt. The length from the top down is 25. That is the length for our slit, all right? So this is the length for our slit, 25. And so for this dart, I'm going to use my tracing wheel to trace it to the back so I can can get the same measurement for the back. After tracing it, if I bring it out, it's going to be 1 inch longer than the front dart. So it's going to be, this is 5 inches, but the back is going to be 6 inches. 6 inches, all right? So guys, this is the outcome of our skirt pattern. You can see the shape, the curve, you know, the slopey and the high areas of the skirt. Beautifully and professionally drafted out, right? So guys, thank you so very much for watching. If in any way this tutorial is helpful to you, please let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to give me that your thumbs up, yes. Like, share the video with others as well. Till I come your way next time with another update. Bye for now.